All right, so good evening to every one of us. This is a Friday evening. We generally take our masterclass evening session on Saturdays, but क्या है कल I'm going for a small little road trip, not much, 4 hours drive, close to a forest. Nice, good friend of ours has built a small little guest house. छोटा सा गेस्ट हाउस है, तो इनविटेशन ये है कि हम ये वीकेंड वहाँ पे बिताएंगे नेक्स्ट टू दैट फॉरेस्ट. सो कल मैं अवेलेबल नहीं रहूँगा. दैट्स वाई आई थॉट आई टेक द क्लास टुडे इवनिंग विद एवरीवन. सो thank you everyone for joining in. This is Friday 27th of September, 6:33 p.m. We are taking a look at the market from 3 different time frames. The weekly on my left, daily on the middle and 75 on my right. मैंने अपने जनरल जो चार्ट्स हुआ करते थे दी हाइकेनाशीज, उनको मैंने 2 भाग में तोड़ दिया है. ऊपर में हाइकेनाशी रखा है और बीच में आई हैव केप्ट द बार चार्ट्स टू गेट अ वेरी डिटेल्ड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ हाउ द प्राइस इज बिहेविंग, बिकॉज going forward मुझे लगता है that we are going to see more volatile times and it's very important to understand the price dynamics as closely as possible. Now ये weekend session है, so 75 मिनट का उतना ज़रूरत नहीं है. So what I'll do is on the left hand side को मैं monthly कर देता हूँ, बीच को मैं weekly time frame कर देता हूँ और जो right most chart है उसको हम daily कर देते हैं. ठीक है. So monthly we can easily discuss because just a day to go and the month is over. So Nifty monthly is looking brilliant both in terms of the bar chart as well as the Heikin-Ashi. You can clearly see a wonderful looking behavior from the Heikin-Ashi as well as the bar, and there's no particular signs of what should I say, slowdown on the monthly chart at all. Heikin-Ashi is pretty clean, bar charts holding well. Weekly पे आए, so same picture, means that positivity, that strength stays over here. I can clearly see that the weekly chart of Nifty is also pretty strong. Now to the daily chart, today the market was down 37 points. It did inch above slightly higher high and then slipped a little bit. Now in terms of bar language, it's okay. मैं इसको decoy bar बुलाता हूँ. And considering that we've had a run up like this, थोड़ा बहुत तो consolidation या फिर short term correction बनता ही है. So this is not a sign of let's say a top out. The Heikin-Ashi is not giving me any sign of consolidation or a prospective correction. So sorry, किसी भी time frame पे कहीं पे भी मुझे इस chart पे Nifty spot chart पे कहीं पे भी top out, tiredness, हाँ मैं गिर सकता हूँ, वैसा कोई एविडेंस सैडली नहीं है. सो देयर इज नो पॉइंट फॉर मी गोइंग बेरिश. आई वुड बी स्ट्रैटेजिकली selectively bullish. Selectively bullish is the term that I would like to use. Now coming to the broader markets, मैंने यहाँ पे अपना टेम्पलेट वैसे ही बना के रखा है. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज CNX 500, मिड कैप एंड स्मॉल कैप. पहले एक बार मंथली पर्सपेक्टिव से देख लेते हैं. ब्यूटिफुल, मतलब कुछ बोलने लायक है ही नहीं. There's such beautiful looking uptrending candles and the Heikins are also not showing any signs of slowdown. वीकली पे आते हैं, तो वीकली पे आने के बाद मुझे स्मॉल कैप में कुछ हद तक स्लो डाउन डाइवर्जेंस दिखता है. एटलीस्ट इन द CNX स्मॉल कैप वीकली चार्ट I have something I can talk about that. Listen, there are a possibility of the small cap slowing down. Mid caps, there is what we like to call a slant divergence, but sadly nothing is there on the price. Momentum is just slowing down. Both of CNX 500 में भी हुआ था. It did slow down a little bit and then it started to pick up now. So out of these 3 charts, if you ask me, the one index where there is some distinctly good looking signs of disconnect between the momentum of the chart and the direction of the chart, it is the CNX small cap. So we need to be a little careful if you are trading small caps. If you are more focused in this particular pocket of the market, you need to be a little careful. Don't go aggressively bullish right now. Is there any trigger? Now weekly charts, I would suggest 2 weeks back, this red HAGB that we had, ये जो lows है, 18,950 for the CNX small cap on the weekly chart. A slip, a close, a break below this is going to trigger that weakness. Till then, cautiously bullish, please. This is not the right kind of chart you would like to go aggressively bullish. Next set of charts पे आते हैं, which is the CNX Finance, Bank Nifty, private banks and PSU banks. Monthly chart से start करते हैं, and because we are looking at the larger picture, it's okay. We can take a look at the Heiken Ashi first. Bank Nifty monthly, pretty clean, trend momentum holding well. Private banks are playing its part. PSU Bank is cooling off for the third month now, a little bit of a slowdown after a tremendous rally actually, and the CNX Finance is also holding. So across the board, the private sector banks is helping the Bank Nifty, the financials is helping the entire pocket to support the Nifty, and we are holding pretty well. It's the PSU banks that has started to slow down, and yes, maybe going forward we might get a bounce back. Weekly charts पे देखते हैं. Weekly charts, Bank Nifty breakout, CNX Finance clean breakout and sustaining pretty well. Private sector banks clean breakout, sustaining pretty well, and clearly CNX PSU Bank has gone through its share of clean correction. Now, is it over? बोलना मुश्किल है. Right now at this juncture, looking at the CNX PSU Bank, this index, it's little difficult to say that the bottom is in place. But when we get to see these kind of green HAGVs after a correction, it's either a sign of follow through, जैसे यहाँ पे हुआ था, ये लोज अगर टूटते तो फिर से गिरेगा, या फिर ये एक बेस बिल्डिंग फॉर्मेशन बना सकता है. Is there anything base building formation right now? Sadly, no, there's nothing. So यहाँ पे उतना ध्यान मत दीजिए. But हाँ, if stocks like SBI, PNB, Bob, they pick up, then yes, this chart will start to improve. Till then, bullishness is on the left hand side of these charts, and stay bullish. Look for short term dips. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, आज के ट्रेड में ये सब सारे stocks नीचे आए थे. So going forward, these stocks may find some support and give us a bounce back. Next, to the next template that I have here are the rest of the 8 sectoral indices. मैं हमेशा ये बोलता हूँ that मैंने इन 8 sectoral indices को clockwise manner में सजा के रखा है, जहाँ पे बैंक्स और फाइनेंस के बाद जो सबसे मीनिंगफुल सेक्टर वेटेज वाइज निकल के आता है वो होता है IT, एनर्जी, FMCG, ऑटो, एंड in the same clockwise manner. Now, I'll start with the monthly chart first, because the long-term charts are always important to observe. Give me some time. Let me take a look at all of them first and then start with IT. IT is pretty good, pretty clean, no problem. I'll quickly toggle between the bar and the Heiken Ashi, and it's bullish. Okay. Energy monthly chart, a little bit of a sign of slowdown, especially Heiken Ashi's language. It's telling us that I would like to consolidate here, because I have moved up too sharp, too much. I can see the difference between the two moving averages. ये दोनों का difference काफी expand हो चुका है. So energy may slow down. Bar chart also is reflecting of that fact. FMCG long-term charts, pretty strong, holding pretty well, no problem. Auto long-term charts monthly is also holding exceptionally well. मैं काम करता हूँ, मैं फिर से IT से auto में आऊँगा, but let me just look at the different time frames. IT monthly charts very strong. Weekly IT chart is consolidating. आज हम लोग ने एक classic example देखा where the entire CNX IT and IT stocks gapped up 2%, 2.5%, 3%, and they all closed down negative. So that led to this kind of a formation on the CNX IT weekly chart. मैं एक बार daily भी देख लेना चाहूँगा. This was the move जो Heiken Ashi आपको clearly नहीं समझा पाएगा. It opened, it went up, and then it slipped. Big time slip actually. Closing at the lowest point of the day after you gap up 2% is, I'm not taking it as a very good sign. Is it bearish? Not really. It is now clearly made a range bound. So IT का view क्या है? Stay bullish. I have been requesting do not short the IT stocks. They do not have bearishness on their charts. They have bullishness on the monthly, weekly chart, but they also have a sign of slowdown. They also today has given us a sign of failure to hold on to higher levels. They have failed to hold on to the gap up. तो सोचने वाली बात है. It is a point that we should keep in mind, but that does not mean we sell IT. So please do not short IT. Energy, we just discussed that the long-term charts of energy is kind of consolidating, which is reflective from the Heiken-Ashi. यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट फेलियर का चांस ज़्यादा हो सकता है going forward, because in these kind of charts when the previous highs are generally taken out, it generally dips. That's exactly what this index has done in the recent past. थोड़ा ध्यान से ट्रेड करना पड़ेगा. We really I don't know how will you take this, but इतना रिलायंस पे हम लोग लास्ट 2 दिन से बात कर रहे थे, and the beautiful move that Reliance gave, it's like पिक्चर परफेक्ट स्क्रिप्ट. जैसे मैं आपको बता रहा था कि ऐसे माहौल में ऐसे गिने चुने 1-2 स्टॉक्स है जो एग्जैक्टली इसी माहौल के लिए वेट करते हैं फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ अ टाइम एंड स्पेस एंड प्राइस एंड जूम. दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट Reliance did, and that's why the energy is looking like this. Bullish, don't go aggressively bullish. FMCG was looking pretty strong. FMCG on the daily chart is all right. On the weekly chart is very strong, and the monthly chart we did just take a look and it's also holding very good. So FMCG short करने का कोई सवाल ही नहीं है. You should continue to hold on to it and look for buying opportunity and tips. Auto can be an interesting candidate. Monthly मैं auto का बात कर रहा हूँ जो कि यहाँ पे आपको क्लियरली दिख रहा है. कंटिन्यूअस स्ट्रॉन्ग रैली. द हाइकेन-आशीज हैव बिहेव्ड सो वेल मल्टी मंथ. वीकली पे आपको एक ब्रेकआउट दिखेगा. दिस इज हाइकेन-आशी चार्ट. टू गेट अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग यू शुड टॉगल बिटवीन देम, एंड दिस ब्रेकआउट इज ब्रिलियंट. इट्स ब्रिलियंट. इट्स राइट ब्रेकआउट एंड राइट क्लोजिंग एट द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ द वीक. बहुत अच्छा है. बाय एनी केस, बाय एनी चांस, अगर नेक्स्ट वीक इस वीक का लो तोड़ देता है तो ये ब्रेकआउट फेलियर माना जाएगा. तब तक प्लीज कंटिन्यू अ बुलिश व्यू ऑन द ओवरऑल ऑटो पैक. टाटा मोटर्स पे ध्यान दीजिएगा. CNX फार्मा मंथली से स्टार्ट करें. ऐसे करके विल टेक अ लुक एट द फार्मा टू रियल एस्टेट फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट इन अ clockwise manner. I'm changing them to Heiken-Ashi to get an understanding of the long-term charts better. Pharma, strong. Metals consolidating a little bit, strong uptrend. Consumer durables holding brilliant, and realty did pick up wonderful. मैं last week आपको realty और metals के साथ compare करके बता रहा था कि how realty has a chance to go back to its all-time high. Pretty strong. कहीं पे मुझे मतलब bearishness signal evidence वैसे कहीं पे कोई भी sectoral chart में दिख नहीं रहा है. This is the weekly charts. Reality is that bounce back. Consumer durables holding brilliantly at the top. Metals giving that bounce back to an all-time high जो reality में दे चुका है. So very very similar looking behavior. And then you have CNX Pharma. CNX Pharma is slowing down for the last 2 weeks. और मैं last 2.5 दिन से Sun Pharma पे ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व कर रहा था कि क्या सन फार्मा में वो बेरिशनेस बन सकता है. सैडली नो, ऐसा कुछ बना नहीं. उल्टा सन फार्मा हैड मेड अ न्यू लाइफ हाई. नाउ द डेली चार्ट, these are the daily charts. In the daily chart, the pharma, this guy यहाँ पे is building a range जहाँ पे मोमेंटम डाउन है. हो सकता है ये एक डबल टॉपिश बिहेवियर बना है. हो सकता है. टू अर्ली to comment on that, but the possibility of pharma creating a double topish behavior, some kind of a divergence is there. So now that we have covered the Nifty, the broader markets and all the sectoral indices, to be honest मुझे कहीं पे after this week's close कहीं पे strong momentum divergence, a short setup नहीं दिखता है. That does not mean that the market cannot come down. It can come down, but I don't have any signals yet on these charts. So I reiterate that I will continue to trade next week, and my strategy will be selectively bullish. I would be more keen to look for bullish trades, but I have to be selective. You have to be selective because markets will invite a lot of volatility, I think, going forward. एक दो सेक्टर्स जिस पे थोड़ा सा आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, स्पेशली वी डिस्कस्ड फार्मा राइट नाउ, बिकॉज फार्मा इज फॉर्मिंग सम काइंड ऑफ अ डाइवर्जेंस. एटलीस्ट इसको अपना इस हफ्ते का लो तो तोड़ने दीजिए. एटलीस्ट let this index break this week's low, then only we can take a call. Till then, please, if you're a derivatives trader, बेफिजूल का शॉर्ट सेटअप या शॉर्ट ट्रेड मत कीजिएगा. It will be painful unless you are very very certain about your contrarian setup. So yeah, so that's what the market is telling us, and I will continue to trade with the same thought that the market is probably going to give us further upside week ahead. So that's it for the Nifty, Bank Nifty and the other sectoral analysis. This is where we put a stop to the analysis from my side, and now I move on to your doubts and questions, and let's see if we can find some good opportunities to trade next week from the weekly time frame.